So this morning, my girls woke up to snow, and I have learned so much in the midst of playing in it. Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome to this moment. And I just wanted to share this little moment with you about what I learned in the snow today. So I actually learned it in the snow last night, but it kind of all melded together in my mind this morning. So my oldest daughter is in love with snow, and that might be thanks to Elsa and Christmas and all of that kind of put together. But she's always asking, is it gonna snow? Is it gonna snow? And I kind of knew there was a possibility that we might have some snow today. I kind of knew that yesterday, but I didn't say anything to her because I didn't want her to be disappointed if it didn't happen. So we went to bed, and at 2 o'clock this morning, my dog decided she needed to go outside. So she got up and she was around the room and she whined at me, and I begrudgingly got up out of the bed and I went to the bathroom and I just looked out the window and it was snowing. It was snowing. And I went ahead and I got my clothes on and I put her leash on and I took her outside and I took a video in the snow. I was so excited to see that it was snowing. And I got to see the snow first. I got to see when it was just beginning to fall, and I got to see all of the pretty huge flakes that were falling down in our yard. And I got to play in it a little bit all by myself with the dog, and it was kind of magical. And then I got to go upstairs and go back to bed and sleep a little bit more. And it was pretty cool. And today when I took my girls out and they got to play and we built a little snowman, I was really kind of thinking about, I really didn't want to get up. I was fighting that. I was saying, no, Missy, that's our dog. No, Missy, go back to sleep, get back in bed, lay down. I'm not getting up with you. No, Missy. And eventually I get up and I go. And it made me think, because I'm reading through the Bible this year, trying my hardest to do that. I'm missing some days here and there, but I'm catching up. But I've been in the story of Moses, and when he talks to God in the burning bush, and God says, I need you to go. And Moses says, not me. I'm not your guy. And God says, yes, you are. I picked you. And Moses says, but I stammer and I stutter. And God says, I don't care. I'll use Aaron to be your voice box, basically. You go. And he says, but they're not going to trust me. They don't know me. And God's like, look, go. Oh, but how are they going to believe that you really sent me? And God says, here's some signs. Why don't you use them? And go. And Moses is like, but I don't want to. And when Moses finally concedes to what God is asking him to do, and he takes his family and he goes, and God blesses that, and God pulls his people Israel out of Egypt, and he takes them to the promised land eventually. Moses doesn't get to see that because some things happen along the way. Very complicated story. And they walk around the same place for like 40 years. When really they could have taken like this quick route over here and gotten there in a few months. But instead, they have some issues with God, and he says, you know what, just hang out over here for a while. But that's another story for another day. But Moses does all of this belly aching, basically. And he says, God, no. And he missed that God was saying, I trust you. God was saying, I have something special for you. God was saying, you are my guy. And I think sometimes we miss when God is pushing us. So this morning, when I didn't want to get up with that dog in the middle of the night and go out, I did anyway, eventually, after my own little belly aching. And God said, look, look at what I've given you. This special little piece of magic from me that is just beautiful. I have painted this white landscape for you, and I am dropping down these beautiful flakes for you, and you are getting to experience it first in your family, in your house, by yourself. That is something I don't get to do much, is experience things by myself. So that was this special little moment that God said, "You're my girl." And it warmed me up. And I just wanted to share that moment with you. So I pray that you're doing well. I pray that God is blessing you in this season as we are working through what new looks like this year. And I pray that you are just so blessed that you can be a blessing to someone else. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.